Hi, welcome to a new episode of The Young and the Restless. We open up at a jazz lawn and we see Jack and Diane are there being happy, and they discuss Kyle and Summer and having their wedding in September. Jack and Diane is boring, but in comes Ashley and Tucker. Then at the coffee house, we see Chelsea and Billy discuss Connor's mood swing, and he is not leaving his room at all. And Chelsea believes that things have gotten worse with his behavior. Then we see Adam brings food for Sally, and Sally doesn't want to eat because she is worried about Nick being arrested. Adam apparently didn't know, and he's surprised about it. But also, he's not surprised that Nick got arrested, and he says that Nick is his own worst enemy. Over at Sharon yells at Chance and says that he promised to keep Faith safe because she got a police escort. And she picks up her purse to leave to go find Faith. But Chance tell her to let the police handle it, and she needs to calm down. But then we see Nick arrives and says that he was set free, he got bail, and then Sharon cries and announces that Cameron took Faith. Nick goes off on Chance, and Sharon yells to Nick that they have to find Faith. Chance thinks that someone in the family gave up Faith because the only person who knew the intel were people in the house. And then they all realize that Cameron must have wired the house, or he is watching them. And then Nick yells at Cameron, thinking that he has planted a listening device, and tells him he's going to find him and to bring back his daughter while he searches the house for the device. Eventually, he finds a device behind a photo. And Sharon says to the device that you bring my daughter back to me, back home. Back at the jazz lounge, Ashley and Diane take digs at each other, and Ashley brings up Diane's past of doing anything to get what she wants. Over at Sally defends Nick's actions and claims that Adam shouldn't be having those stressful conversations with her while she's experiencing preeclampsia. But I'm like, Sally, you're the one who brought up Nick, not Adam. But Adam then tries to change the subject and decides to let her listen to an audiobook. But Sally questions why Adam is working so hard to prove himself at McCall. And Adam reveals that he is going to take back Newman Media because it's his baby. Over at Sharon cries that Cameron now knows everything, and her and Chance questions what he wants. Nick reveals that while he was talking to Cameron revealed that he wants Sharon, and Chance tells them to stay put while he goes search Cameron's room. Then we see Sharon begs him to find Faith while he leaves. Back at the jazz lounge, Jack, Diane, and Ashley and Tucker taunt each other and take digs. And Ashley plans to do a moderation of the house. She's trying to stick it to Jack. But Jack says that it's my house. How can you do that? Then Diane invades into the brother and sister conversation and says that how could Ashley move Tucker into the house? But Diane, how could Jack move you into the house? Why don't you two move out, since you want to be so happy? However, while the two women bicker, Jack begs for a civil day, and they all continue to argue. But then we see Abby comes in, she sees them and wonder what the hell is going on. Back at the coffee house, Chelsea is worried that Connor may have permanent issues, and Billy offers to talk to Connor and go upstairs and help. Back at Sharon's, Nick regrets not being home and be with Faith, and blames himself for Faith gone missing. But Sharon says that she had a police escort and he still took her. Nick calls Sally and announces that he is out of jail, and Sally questions if he is being vague because of her illness, but Nick tells her to take a backseat for now and requests to talk to Adam. Nick tells Adam to pretend that he is not hearing the bad news and keep it to himself, and he tells Adam about Faith being missing, and Adam says that he will take care of Sally while he handles that issue. Then at the athletic club, we see Abby goes over and begs everyone to stop. She calls them all out for being a child, and Ashley announced that her wedding is going to be in August, and while Jack and Diane's wedding is in September. Jack questions why Ashley picked August, and Jack and Diane decides to find another table because they're tired of the bickering. Abby calls them all children. Then we see Billy returns down at a coffee house and says to Chelsea that he tried to talk to Connor and it didn't work. Connor basically kicked him out of his room, and Chelsea questioned if her and Adam's genetics have caused the issue with Connor. And Billy tells her that it's time she might get professional help for Connor, and Chelsea thinks that Sharon would be good for him. Back at Sharon's, Nick and Sharon discuss Faith's birth, and they reflect on Cassie being a guardian angel for them. And then we see Chance enters Cameron's room at the athletic club, and he starts to search. Back at Sally, Sally finally eats, and her and Adam play over the food, and they discuss the baby. Then she questions what Adam is hiding from her. Back at Sharon's, Nick tells Sharon that they will find Faith, and Nick tells Sharon to use her degree in psychiatry to get inside Cameron's head and find out what he wants or what he has done with Faith. And Sharon believes that he will play mind games and get inside Faith's head. Then we see Chance continues to search, and he finds something there. I didn't quite see what he found. Then we go back to the athletic club in the jazz lounge, and Jack apologized to Diane for Ashley's abuse. But Diane leaves to go to the ladies' room, and Abby tries to talk to Jack and questions her mom's behavior and how it has been weird lately. And she calls them out for arguing in public. Jack warns her that Tucker is exploiting Ashley, and Jack says that he is not ruffled by Tucker. He will never let him get his hands on Jabot. I honestly think Tucker and Diane is working together. Back at Sally's, Sally asks if she should be worried about Nick and Sharon's past, and Adam says no. She then asks if she should be worried about Cameron, and Adam ignores the question. Sally then decides that it's best to go to bed, and Adam tells Sally to just think about happiness. Sally requests that he wake her up whenever Nick calls, and Adam promises. Then we go back to Jazz Lounge, and Abby then addresses Tucker and asks if he is bored and what he wants from Diane and Jack. Tucker says that he wants to leave town and start over, but it's Ashley that wants to stick around, and he doesn't want Jabot. But Abby accuses him of it anyway. Abby says that you are going to break her heart. That's her mom. But then Ashley returns and asks what's going on, and Abby expresses her displeasure facially. Then we see Abby decides to leave, and Jack and Diane return to over where they were. And Diane and Ashley again trade digs, and Abby tells them to stop. Diane and Ashley continues to dig after Abby leaves, and Jack asks them to act their age. Then we see Adam watches Sally sleep, and Sharon gets a text. She drops the phone and he yells, "No, my baby. And how could he do this to me?" Nick picks up the phone, and then we see that she gets a text that says that Sharon should come join him alone, and he gives the address of an old place that they used to be at. Sharon cries and screams, and then we end while the phone is on the floor with a picture of Faith tied up. Thanks for watching. Bye.